Ist nicht verfügbar. Ja. Okay. We have 2 people watching here. So. Hi Bettina. Okay. So. Thursday. We said on Thursday we're going to do jo again. Something like last time, basic movements, maybe something like kumi-jo, where we go against each other with the same motions. And then in the end, I would like to throw a bit and be thrown. Okay? Ready? First warming up, stretching, and then, yeah. I hope everybody is fine, wherever you are. And yeah, we start the training. Okay, I come a bit forward. First, we don't need the jaw. Good. Oh. Let's see. Earlier it was raining really, really tough, but sunshine is coming out. Beautiful. Just for the visitors to see the Tukono in perfect shining light. Yeah. Not sure, maybe I just switch off that light in the back and you just show what's going on next. Let's do that. I was a little yeah. Look, this is very funny. You see the picture? Because of the wide angle of the camera lens, my arms look like 3 meter 40. Let's go. Look at me. Just go. and change to the other side. A little bit forward. Good. Okay. Back to what we have done before. Or first just one hand. And the other hand too. We just rotate. And left side too. I have already changed it. And take over. Well, I was already doing. You can, just do what you like. The difficult one or the more easy one, with lots of turns or with less. And walk forward and backwards to give you pulse from center. So that's it. Okay, wrist is warm. Yeah. Okay, so then two-dan ski. Straight. Two-dan ski. You just pull up the jaw to the waiting right hand, take it back, and push forward. Okay. Last week we explained how we do. So first we are in Hammi. Hidari Hammi is the first position. My toes inside the line where I'm standing in front of my left foot. My hand is waiting open and very loose. My arm is very soft as well. When I close my finger, the end of the jaw should perfectly fit to my right hand, especially the line of the finger, small finger. Then I go back, take the jaw back to the tip comes into my palm. Now I even drop my arm in front of my center. What brings this arm a little bit up? Sometimes I also feel like giving it a little bit more speed by lifting, but it's not necessary to do that. So then, in that moment, I also put back my left foot. I go low in the knees, come forward, and push up, lower, forward, up, lower, forward, this side, up, lower, forward, up, lower, forward. Here I feel I go much higher with the hand. Basically, you also could keep it parallel, and in the end, your palm connected to your forearm is like pushing behind the jaw. It's not coming in an angle, it's taking the same position, the same direction of the jaw. This side. Ooh. This side. Okay? We just repeat a few times for ourselves. Yeah, that's also possible. So you also could change the level of attack from, stand up, from Chudanski, what we actually practice, to Jodanski, to Gedanski. So all these targets, like the knee, center, or the face, could be addressed. That's by changing the level of your forearm. So if my forearm goes down or up, I just change the target point. It's not that I bring up the jaw, because I need the connection to the center if I'm fully extended. So the forearm position decides where we actually hit. I go down and I have the same connection to my center and my body with my right hand in this case, as if I go to the center or if I go to the face. Okay? Just give it these three levels. Yeah. Turn your front hand more so that the back of the hand comes to top. Don't leave it like that. Exactly. And we do this 4 directions. So take this cross of mats underneath me. I go Chudanski and I always rotate like 90 degrees before I hit again. Either I go front ways or that's back ways. Okay. And you can change, of course, your side and also the target, the height of the target. Exactly. Good. So there's a combination of movement, what we use later in our aikido practice when we go jaw against jaw. And that is this. So actually, think about you've just did Chudanski from the right side forward stance. So knee, hand, knee. I go back a little bit and I pull the jaw until I leave this kind of distance to the front end. It is forearm length. Now, I rotate the jaw by throwing it with my left hand to the front. And at the same time, I step back and rotate the jaw to this position, Hasanudama. Okay, so first is Judanski, draw it back, change position, and rotate it. And so from here, it's Judanski first, and draw back, change position, throw it, and rotate the jaw. Usually from here, we just continue by re-grab with the right hand and perform shomen. So now we are in the same position like before. We go back, take, and hit. Chudanski, back, rotate, and hit. For the other side as well. Chudansky, back, rotate, sorry, and hit. Chudansky, back, rotate, and hit. Maybe I should show from the side one more in slow motion. So I go Chudansky, I go back a little. Later we have to even to leave the line on what we're standing. And I rotate by bringing the end of the jaw to the front and I throw it there with the right hand. I regrip on the left side and do Shonin-uchi. Omachi-zushi, Chudansky, draw back, rotate, and hit. Okay? Off we go.
Something's turned my head.
Yeah, just change the position. Okay, check.
Yeah.
You start. Chudansky. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, that's okay. Now you just replace your hand and drop the jaw behind the back and hit.
This side is not like this.
Yes, of course, you have to
Yeah.
roll around the jaw and not stay there, otherwise your wrist is overbend. From this side, it feels much more natural, right? Yeah, that's where you can see how's the coordination level on both sides in comparison. Usually we have one side we can do it very easy and the other side is very strange. In this case.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it from the side as well. I have to side. So, Chudansky, draw back, and Chudansky. Chudansky. Okay, good. And then we go back to the other basic routines we already practiced. So after Chudansky, we go to this protection. After Chudansky, we protect. The side, Chudansky, protect. Chudansky, and protect. Okay? Right. And then there was this other thing. From the position where we protect, we can go to a Kiri no Kaishi movement and re-grab the jaw behind the back to attack again, Yokomenuchi or Shomenuchi. So we go here, come to this position, replace the right hand, change foot position and attack. Okay, first we have Chudanski. We go back to protect. And by pulling back the forward leg, we're pushing the jo and sliding forward to the new position for shoulder. So here's the same distance to the end of the jo, where my hand has to go. From here, I have to go there, by as well as pushing it in, as well as sliding forward. So both hands coming close, because of I am waiting with this hand to replace it on the end of the jo. This arm stays up in the air. Okay, one more time from this position. I go forward to protection, change over the backside, and go there. The side as well. Forward, positioning, change, and come with the shoulder, or you come, it depends on what we want to do out. Okay? So we go diagonal, then it's better to see in the camera. Yes. Okay, you can take even more stuff. It's very fine. Sometimes there's positions where we don't start with the jaw in front, but in the back. So instead of going from here, for instance, to Chudanski, you could also start from the back. From the back, there's different things what we can do. For instance, we can go like what we had before, twice. So actually, re-rotating Hachino Kaishi movement with our hand, the jaw, come to the one side, come to the other side, and finish. Okay, one more side from here. So I bring back from the back to the front, to the right side again, replace, and hit. Okay? So we go in diagonal direction. From the back side, your hip forward, take over to it again, and come short. From the back side. Oh yeah, you want to change to the left. Fun. Let's see if you crush your balls or your skull yourself. Okay. There, to there, and back. Okay. And there, to there, and back. Yes. Okay. So, with the first idea to bring it from the jaw could be both. It could be coming forward and going backwards on the left side, or it could be going backwards, coming forwards on the right as a support. Depends on what we create. Later we just put all these puzzles and build something what we do. So I go forward, go backwards, and hit. Or you could even change both feet. Go forwards, go backwards, and hit. So you stay on the place where you are.
No.
Whatever you want. Go backwards, go forward, and hit. Or even you could go both times forward and hit. Or you could go backwards and hit. Yeah, that's what I meant. Brilliant. Okay, I'm not sure for people at home if you have also a jo, if you're using a jo. Most of them may be used. And the funny thing is, because with the sword already we heard some students has placed some big marks in the roof or hit the shelves. I cannot imagine what happens with a jo, because it's very difficult if you want to give yourself space to the roof. Sometimes with the sword, you're just coming in knee position. But with a jo doing this stuff, it's very, very tricky. I'm very sorry. It seems to be funny, but it's a difficult situation for those at home with low ceilings. Okay. Let's just configure something. So we have all these elements of basic routines, and we just put a line of them and see how it works out if we put it together in a confrontation situation with the idea of kumito. So last time we started, we did Chudanski, protection, replacing for Yokomo Shomenotsu, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Yokomo. And that was it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we pull back the jaw, rotate to this Hazen no Gamai position, and then we hit Shomenutsu in the end. Okay. So there's just this part additional to what we have practiced right now. So we do Chudanski, we go back and outside a little bit to the protection. We change on our backside to come Yokomuchi. Pull down the jaw on the left side and move to Hasu no Kamai for Shomenutsu finish. Okay, we go slow. We go together, very slow. I go this direction, you follow me, you can see me easily. So, first Chudanski, go back side. We change for Yukumi no Shomenutsu. It depends on how we are, let's say, which distance we are, how we are, well, whatever. Now, new part is take back the jaw and a little bit distance, and we bring it up to Hasu no Gamai and Shomenutsu. Now we first do only hidden hand. So, yeah, go to hidden. That is the original style. Chudanski, protection, Shomenutsu back, rotate, come forward with the Shomenutsu. Yes. And again, very high style. Chudanski, same, Shomenutsu, Chudankaji, Hasu no Gamai, Shomenutsu. Okay? Now from the other side. Now that was our side before. No, that's true. So Chudanski, go back, take for Shomenutsu, pull back, bring up, Hasu no Gamai, Shomenutsu. Again, Hidari Chudanski, protection, pull back, Shomenutsu, pull back to prepare. Hasu no Gamai and Shomenutsu. Okay? You just do. Yes. Pull back, distance. Okay. Let's go in front of each other and we just copy. We need a little bit of distance because we're far range. with the jaw. Hidari Handi first. We just copy and do the same. Chudanski, there, there. Go away. Sorry, I was lost. One more time. I was thinking about an additional technique at that moment to put in that line. Keep it as simple as it is now. So, Chudanski. Exactly. Now the other side. And Chudanski. Tak. Funny side. Let's do the fun side. Oh yeah, I always change my motion. Okay, do you feel safe?
No.
Okay, we keep it on the Hidari Handi position. So we start from Hidari Handi. And now we're coming closer and we're changing the rhythm. So I just start half a position later. What means in the beginning, I open or I give you a chance to hit me. So you take up your jaw, I open, now I go away and I come forward. You go, I go. You go, I go, and we finish. Okay, so in that kind of kumijo, it's not a traditional kumijo, what you could find in any literature or books or whatever. It's just what we are composing out of the techniques, what we did. Sometimes it does feel okay, like fluently, sometimes, or like flowing. Sometimes it is not so good. Then some other techniques will be added on. Let's see, but so far it is okay. I give you some spot. Okay. I attack you.
No.
Take up and go away. So you keep this. Now you can put attack. Yeah, pull back. Keep it. Okay. So when I hit you, and you naturally would go like this, crisscross the arms, you just pull back your jaw and lower your center to.
But there will be contact between the toes.
Yeah, full. Yeah, because I hit you. You have to, in this moment, you have to, let's say, catch it by your body work.
Ah. This
Mm-hmm. Again?
Yeah.
Okay, come. Okay, shall we do it on the other side? Mini Handi side. Okay, you start, I open your spot to attack. Yeah.
Wait. I need some help.
Pull back the jaw and rotate it to hit me. Okay?
I thought.
You're attacking first, sorry. Okay.
It's good. What's this?
I attack you. Yeah. Okay, now the neurons and synapses are quite steaming. You know, they are like, oh, Jesus Christ, what's going on? I'm coordinating all the body. I have left and right side. I can move it easily, independently. Okay, one more time.
Yeah, maybe a bit more slow.
Sure.
I found my mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it? I cannot coordinate my left hand. I found a mistake. I cannot coordinate it.
Yes, exactly. I
Okay.
mean, that's it.
It is.
Yeah.
We are not saying coordinate. Even if we practice Aikido for a long time and we don't feel much difference between left and right in most Aikido techniques, sometimes we feel, maybe according to the position or what, that we have a change or different. But with Jo, it's a big, big change.
Yeah.
I think there's not so many really well coordinated people in Aikido, but in Jiu-Jitsu maybe well. But yeah, it is as it is. We are always one side in preference, usually. Right. So, okay, you can just practice that and see if we are meeting again and we try it out, both sides. So it's also for us, we only practiced this on Thursday since last week, so there's a lot of stuff not being repeated for a long time. I don't know when we did the last time Jo Kumi-jo techniques. It was quite a time since. Okay, let's do a little bit of aikido. So Jo has to leave the spot, leave the stage, and we just go. You take one hand. Okay. So, for instance, ikkyo.
Okay.
Now we go to aihami. Yes. Oh, this side I can. Okay, I have to stretch you out a little bit more. So I put myself in position of aihami, and you do ikkyo. Exactly. Okay. I have to teach something on that. But first you try me. Please take this hand a little bit over the center line, or at least to the center of the jaw. Okay. And again. Isn't it strange?
Yeah. Definitely.
It seems to be so simple, but it is not. I don't want to hinder you. I just stay fully relaxed. But something is going wrong. So ikkyo is not so easy, is it?
No, actually, no connection.
Yeah, there is connection. My hand is holding
Yeah.
it. Actually, I could take it right away. But oh, okay. Continue. Okay. What I want to tell, or why it is so interesting to use the jaw, is to get aware about the line of energy or line of force we're using. Because, let's say, this tool is showing the direction where it should be used. In which direction it should be used. Okay. It shows by its form that this direction is very useful. This direction is not so. Okay? For instance, if I want to attack, I use this, because for you it's very difficult to see how it's coming forward. No? Of course, there is this kind of uchi, so hitting. But the most things we do were really dangerous is Chulansky, Jodansky, Gedansky. Of course, there's also barai forms to attack, but this is very useful. And this is what we have to imagine if we are steering the palm, because, just take a breath, if I bring a force in that direction to the jaw, it's easy for you to keep it. But if I bring a force in this direction, I do it with 2 fingers. It's not easy for you to keep. So if I try to lift your arms, I should not go across the direction of the jaw. I should use the direction of the jaw. Okay. So my impulse, even if it looks like I take it up, my impulse is going forward. And if it starts from the center, you can easily feel where it is connected to your position. For Buddha, I have to change. So it shows actually how the line is, how the direction of the forces go. And what we can use as a measurement tool is how much pressure we feel in our palms or fingers. So hold it very good, hold it very tight. If I hold it very tight, lots of, if I feel a lot of pressure, yes, you see how makes a little bridge there. Ah, yeah, greetings to Mariam, remember? Sorry to say. There was once a situation, for those who don't know, where kind of this pressure happened, and then the bottom released the jaw and it flipped into Mariam's face. I'm very sorry, he had to open cut. So it was perfect situation to learn, right? So instead of doing this, I go this direction and redirect. Okay. And the measure instrument I was just saying is there's no pressure in the fingers or in the palm. So if you want to take it, yes, it's much easier. And of course, you can think about both directions. So you can give me impulse, redirect it, and go forward then as well. Now, if you extend to there, and even more, I cannot stand myself. Yeah, you want to try Uravasa? It's a bit different because you have to change the position of the jaw quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're going that direction, but how to drop it and to let it down and then give it the direction. No, don't push it down, just drop it to this side. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of being like one-dimensional in the idea of the direction, that you only have to move the spot what I hold, you can also think about, well, it's a very simple explanation of 3-dimensional using of the jaw in any direction. But it never comes, let's say, a force what crosses the jaw. Very difficult to explain for me in English. Maybe I should make my mind first. I'm sorry, that's in Corona times very difficult. lack of oxygen if you walk on the street with a mask. All of that, yeah. Okay, but we finish up with a little of more of techniques now. Take yakohami techniques. And need to throw a little bit. Choo, choo, choo. Okay, you can do it. One more. Okay, good. So, enough. Okay, leave your comments. Maybe there was some. Wow, I'm not sure if Brian is still watching from NOLA, Aikido in New Orleans. Very nice to leave a comment. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, good luck for the next weeks. That was a little work with the jaw. I hope you can find something what you could do on your own. Maybe you have a partner around to throw or to do the kunjo practices. I very much hope we can meet each other very soon again, even if we don't know nothing yet. So take care and stay healthy. See you as soon as possible.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
ありがとうございました。